Council meeting for Monday, August 19th, 2019 to order. I ask you please turn off your cell phone or silence it. Please join me in observing a moment of silence. Please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. Mr. Mingo, would you please call the roll?
Councilmember Clark.
Here.
Reed.
Here.
Brown.
Here.
Lawler.
Here.
Spicer.
Here.
Williamson.
Here.
And Mayor Atchison.
Here. First item of business is approval of the agenda as written. May I have a motion for approval of the agenda?
So moved.
Support?
Support.
Okay. Any discussion, changes, additions? All those in favor of approving the agenda say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, agenda is approved. Okay, first item is a brief overview of the status of the city manager, where we are with this, and any last words of wisdom from Mr. Mueller.
You skipped over public comments.
I went from approval agenda to presentations and recognitions.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's
I
okay.
apologize.
No, that's all right.
Okay.
No, it is habit forming. I do tend to skip things. I know that. Not intentionally, but yes.
I'm the public.
Yes. So,
Anyway, thanks. Great to be back again with you. And I think we had a great turnout at the meet and greet and a long Saturday of interviews. But I appreciate all your time and really your efforts and your service to the community, being able to sit through those. Sometimes they get a little long, but I really believe we had 4 really good candidates, I felt. And looking forward to hopefully a vote tonight. Very excited, and I'm sure you're excited to get moving with a new person in here. That's all I have. Anything you need from me, let me know. So.
any council have questions for Mr. Mueller? Okay.
Thanks.
So we don't have a public hearing tonight, but we do have public opportunity for public comments. If you wish to make a public comment on the agenda items, which is selection of the city manager and the negotiation, et cetera, please come forward, state your name and address for the record, and make a public comment. You have 3 minutes. Seeing no public comments, we'll move to the next item. Let's see here. We have no closed session, consent calendar. Okay, first item is items for individual discussion. Request approval, city council selection of city manager. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Okay, support? For us voting on the city manager? Councilmember Brown.
The motion needs to include a recommendation for council to consider.
Okay. Well, before we do that, I just wanted to make a statement, and then any other council member that wants to comment. I'm going to echo what Mr. Mueller said. We have 4 capable, qualified candidates, excellent interviews, and I think we have a great opportunity tonight for the city council to come together and unanimously select a city manager. I think that will help the city and the council. So if someone would like to make a motion for selection of a specific candidate, please do so. Councilmember Reed.
Candidate McCleary.
Okay, Mr. Darwin McCleary, you
He was the first one that spoke up.
on Saturday. Okay. So it's been moved to, thank you. Discussion. Okay. Although, no, we'll do a roll call vote, please.
Councilmember Clark.
I feel like the decision is such a huge one that I can just speak to why I am comfortable with seconding the motion to select Mr. McCleary.
Okay.
His experience is just unmatched, impeccable. He spoke about working in diverse communities. I loved the distinction he drew between equality and equity. It gave me a sense that he really has an understanding, and tries to have an understanding about dealing with diverse populations. Again, like, he's got experience in every single area in municipal government. Strong in budget. I brought my notes just really quickly. And his education, his experience, he was just very knowledgeable, seemed to be very open and honest and direct. I want to echo Mr. Mueller and Mayor Atchison's comments. We had 4 very strong candidates. Mr. McCleary, in my opinion, is exactly what we need for such a time as this. So that is why I support Mr. McCleary being brought before council for consideration for the city manager position. Thank you.
Thank you. I could not have said anything better than that. I think each of us probably found certain things in each candidate that we really liked, and I think all of us found things in Mr. McCleary that we liked. I really liked his integrity, the examples that he gave for achievements, how he dealt with adversity. And I think the one thing that went a long way in me thinking he is the right person, and I echo exactly what you said, this is the time when we need the person with lots of experience that can make tough decisions. I don't want to say stand his ground, but be firm in his convictions and beliefs. But the commitment to doing the right thing, regardless of the personal cost to the individual, and standing behind his convictions, that I think is going to go a long way. The comments that I got from the community, I had a few people contact me and naturally asked, hey, who do you think it's going to be? And I said, hey, we have 4 strong candidates, all capable. You know, we'll see what happens. I have high hopes that we'll work through it and we'll come to unanimous, because I think that is really important, not only for the community to unite behind, but for us as council to unite behind. But that was the general consensus of the people that contacted me. And looking at the comments that we got back from the meet and greet on Monday, that was a conclusion that I drew, that he was a consensus choice. So, any other comments by council? Thank you again, Councilman Brown. I appreciate you doing that.
You're welcome.
Okay, so would you please call the roll?
Councilmember Clark,
Yes.
Reed,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Lawler,
Yes.
Spicer,
Yes.
Williamson,
Yes.
and Mayor Atchison.
Yes. Okay. Next item is request approval to direct the MML facilitator to extend a conditional officer of employment to Darwin McCleary. And I probably just mispronounced his name, I apologize. And to commence a background investigation. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Support.
Okay, any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Mr. Mueller, you're tasked to do that. Next, item C is request approval to direct, and we need to have a motion who or how to begin employment contract discussions with Mr. McCleary, and in the event that all due diligence investigation steps are completed, satisfactory and agreeable terms and conditions of employment can be reached. The draft contract will then be submitted to council for formal approval. So I would say that there are different ways to do this. I think everybody kind of knows how it was done last time. We could follow that. If there is another alternative method that someone feels strongly about, I'd like to have a discussion on that. I would not be opposed at having our labor attorney do the negotiations, but I'll open that up if I can get a motion to direct, fill in the blank, to begin the negotiations.
I move that council approve to direct Attorney Harkness in partnership with Keller Toma, our labor attorney, to begin employment contract discussions with Mr. McCleary.
Okay, is there support?
Support.
Okay, any further discussion? City Attorney Harris.
So the way that we've traditionally done this in the past is usually, whether it by committee or council, I mean, you set the parameters of, here's what we want to offer as a salary, here's our benefits package, things of that nature. Obviously, I'll hammer out the legalese and things that need to be in the contract. I'll review it with Ms. Ditz over at Keller Toma, who will review it for any labor-related issues. So happy to do it, just need the council to set the parameters so that we can say, here's what we're offering, and then we can fill in the rest of the blanks.
Okay. It appears Mr. Mueller has something to
Just a
contribute.
quick comment, just for peace of mind's sake. It is a conditional offer, and based on looking at the background, which could take up to 2 weeks, maybe a little quicker because he's an in-state candidate, but we'll be looking at civil, criminal, any kind of debt, anything financial. So you'll get that, Cullen will get that report, and you'll have that peace of mind to continue on with Mr. McCleary. So
Okay.
just wanted to let you know. Thanks.
Thank you. All right. Councilwoman Spicer.
Thank you. Just a bit of clarification. So we have a motion to have, or has been approved, to have Attorney Harkness do the negotiating with Mr. Darwin and our labor, Toma, whatever the law firm is, also to be included. Now, with council, will they hammer it out and then get it to the entire council, or are we going to select a team of council members that Attorney Harkness will be communicating with, or is it going to be, how is that going to be handled?
I think that's what our city attorney was asking.
Yeah, so I mean, you can do it as a, I mean, well, I can say this, how it's traditionally been done in our last 4 manager searches / appointments is you've had usually a committee of 3 council people that meet and essentially hammer out what I'll refer to as a compensation package of, here's what we want to recommend as an offer. We'll integrate that into the contract with standard language. We'll review it for any labor issues. And then we'll, present it. We'll make the offer to the other side and see if they have a counter. We may need to go back and forth, and then at some point, it'll come to the entire council for approval on the, this is what the committee has recommended, this is what the other side has agreed to, this is where there's a meeting of the minds. Does council approve?
Councilwoman Brown.
Thank you. So I would like to amend my motion to, for council to approve, to direct Attorney Harkness and Keller Toma, along with the 3 council person committee, to negotiate the employment contract and bring to the whole entire council upon that negotiation for approval.
Okay. So the motion has been amended to include a subcommittee of the council consisting of 3 council members to set the parameters for City Attorney Harkness and Keller Toma Law Firm, our labor attorney firm, to do the negotiations. Okay?
Second.
I'm sorry?
I was just going to support it as well, but I think you
Okay, so moved and supported. We need to pick a committee then. Councilwoman Lawler.
I'd like to make a motion to select the mayor, Councilmember Brown, and Councilmember Clark as the 3 on this committee.
Okay, City Attorney.
And before you vote on that
Right.
motion, you technically need to vote on your
Right.
amendment and the original motion, and then Councilwoman Lawler's motion.
Okay.
So
So there's a vote to,
there's a vote to approve your amendment to the original motion, a vote to approve the main motion, and then Councilwoman Lawler's motion.
Okay. So all those in favor of approving the the amendment to the motion, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, so the motion before the council is to appoint a 3-member council committee to set the parameters for negotiation and to have our city attorney, Mr. Harkness, and the labor firm of Keller Toma conduct the negotiations. That's the motion before us. Okay. Any further discussion? Okay. Would you call the roll, please?
Councilmember Brown,
Yes.
Lawler,
Yes?
Spicer,
Yes.
Williamson,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Reed,
Yes.
and Mayor Atchison.
Yes. Okay. Now, if we could have a motion to select a three-member committee.
So move.
Would you
Do I need
restate
to
your motion? I'm
restate it?
sorry. Would you please?
I'd like to make a motion to select the three for this subcommittee, being our mayor, Councilmember Brown, and Councilmember Clark.
Is there support?
Support.
Okay, discussion.
Kind of think it should be people whoever would like to be on there to suggest who they would like, that they would like to be.
Okay.
Make a motion.
Okay, so the motion at present is for myself, the mayor, Councilwoman Brown from Precinct 3, Councilwoman Clark from Precinct 1 to be on the committee, and your comment or suggestion is it should be, make sure it's people that want to be on the committee.
Yes.
Okay. So for discussion, I'll say that, yes, I would like to be on that committee. And I'll ask Councilwoman Brown if she would like to be on that committee.
It surely wouldn't kill me not to be on it.
Okay.
I will say that.
Okay.
I did it, I was on the committee last time during negotiations. I mean, it's a process. It's a process.
Okay.
I won't object to doing it. I won't.
Okay, so I'm gonna interpret what I think you're saying is that you're not opposed to serving on that, but certainly wouldn't object if someone else wanted to serve. So in
Absolutely.
keeping with that, I'll ask Councilmember Clark, do you wish to serve on that committee?
Sure, I would like to experience.
Okay, so is there any other council member, other than Councilmember Brown, that would like to serve on the committee, which means Councilwoman Reed, Councilwoman Spicer, or Councilman Williamson?
No, she was just looking like she might not want to serve.
Oh, no, I know, it's so, just, so she will or won't, and if there's another council person that would like to serve on that committee, would you like to? Okay. Councilwoman Spicer?
No.
Okay. Councilman Williamson?
I would have liked to serve on the committee, but I'm perfectly amenable to having Councilmember Brown serve.
Okay, so,
There it is.
Set.
okay.
Call the roll.
Okay, so you like can or can't, whatever, and you'd kind of like to, but whatever, so,
I'm happy with the three that are on.
Yeah.
okay, you're happy?
Yes.
I'm fine
Okay,
serving.
thank you, okay. Any other comments, discussion? Mr. Mingo, would you call the roll, please?
Councilmember Lawler,
Yes.
Spicer,
Yes.
Williamson,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Reed,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
and Mayor Atchison.
Yes. Okay, we have our committee, we have those that are going to do the negotiation, thank you very much. And last item is the opportunity for public comments. If anyone would like to come forward and make public comment.
Rob Reed, Precinct 6. I am proud of the council. I'm proud of you, Mr. Mayor. This is a very good evening, and I thank you for your work together.
Thank you, Mr. Reed.
Levada Weeks, 917 Luther Drive. I'd like to echo what Bob said. You all worked together very good. We had 4 good candidates, and you made a good choice. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Weeks. And I've never known our county commissioner to pass up an opportunity to communicate wisdom to us. Do you wish to make a comment, sir? Not at this point. Okay, all right. No, we appreciate your presence. Okay, may I have a motion to adjourn?
Can we do mayor and council comments, please?
We could, we're going to do the same thing this evening. I mean, if you'd like to make a comment, go right ahead.
Okay, thank you, Mayor. I just want to thank all 4 of the candidates for coming out and just participating in this weekend. It was a long weekend for myself and I'm sure the rest of the council. Everyone was great. I just like to say a special thank you to Ms. Snyder, who's been with us and rode this bumpy road with us through the hard times. And I wish her the best of luck on everything, and her career does look like it's going to take off here pretty soon. And I just wish her the best, because she did a lot and filled in a lot of spaces for us.
Any other council member wish to make a comment? And the one comment that I've heard from everybody, both the community and other council members, is all 4 candidates were very capable, qualified, and any one of those would have done a good job.
Yeah.
So those that weren't selected should not, it's hard not to, and certainly will be disappointed, but it certainly is not an indication that they're not qualified and were not seriously considered. So we were fortunate to have such a good pool of candidates, which is a reflection on MML, and we appreciate that. Now may I have a motion for adjournment, please?
So move.
Support.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Okay, we'll come back at 7 p.m., please. Okay. Oh, did you have-